the choice of topic today, essentially it's a version of a Move It or Lose It. I was wondering whether
That's right.
you were on a recruitment drive for your gang of bikies, because I'm not sure I'm up for the challenge, John.
Oh, not so much. The notes I sent through sort of alluded to an analogy that I'm going to draw
Okay.
out. But I have noticed that people my age have this hobby of swapping out body parts.
Okay.
A lot of my friends, especially the cyclists, have had new hips, new knees, new anything else they can get changed,
Yeah.
shoulders,
Hmm.
and they all say, oh, it's wonderful, the reduction in pain, and they've got big grins, but it's a good option to have. But I've got a tricky knee.
Hmm.
In fact, my knee goes out more often than I do, and so I got tackled back in about 1980.
Yeah.
I like people to assume that that was playing top level rugby. It was actually playing bull rush,
Ah, yes.
and we got
Terrible
tackled
sport.
by some substantial lads, and it folded in a novel way, a way it was not essentially designed to do.
Hmm.
And so over the years, I'll step in a hole or I'll slip a little
Yeah.
bit or something will happen. The wind will blow from the wrong direction and I'll have another little episode of pain and instability from it. And so naturally, I've thought, looking enviously at my semi-cyborg mates with their new shoulders and things,
Yeah.
should I get this replaced?
Yeah.
And I will occasionally put this to a medical person and they'll say, it's an option,
Mm.
but if you can cope without doing that, that's always better.
Okay.
Do the physio, do the rehab. And so I've done this many times over the years and it builds it up again and it stops hurting for a bit. In fact, on my knee at the moment, I'm doing quite a lot of rehab on it because
Hmm.
I stepped in a hole. But one little phrase that a physio used once was motion is lotion.
Okay.
Keeping it moving is so much better than just sitting it still.
Yeah.
I don't know where that fits with the other phrase, rest is best, but let's ignore that one. Let's just go for motion as lotion.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
this is what I've done over the years, and it seems to have worked. The strength comes back, the stability builds, and it eases the pain.
Hmm.
And I think this motion is lotion. It's a nice little phrase, and I think it applies to other aspects of my life. Now, I'm drawing on a lot of research here, using myself as the sole subject of my
You are
research.
your own guinea pig, John. That's
That's
great.
right.
Yeah.
And this definitely works for me because it's not just my knee that gives me pain. I also have a head that gives me periods of pain and instability.
Yeah.
A replacement brain would be a fantastic
Wow.
option.
Yeah.
But I don't think that that's available, especially not on public health.
Yeah.
And so I have to work on doing rehab and getting it moving again.
Hmm.
And it does seem to come right, like my knee. One of the challenges that I have with my head is that it gets stuck.
Okay.
It stalls. I'll sit staring at a challenge or a task, and my brain just freezes up
Hmm.
as the deadlines come closer and closer, and the energy stagnates, and my thoughts start to loop around. And outside, it might look like I'm being incredibly relaxed, super chill,
Yeah.
almost lazy as these things are piling up on me, and I just don't seem to be stressing about it. Inside, it's just this awful, panicky procrastination thing of
Yeah.
stagnated energy and looping thoughts, and it's just not a comfortable way to spend life.
Hmm.
Now, I know that there's lots of different suggested cures for procrastination, and I've tried most of them over the years. But
Mm.
one thing that works for me is this motion is lotion. Do
Okay.
something,
Yeah.
do anything,
Hmm.
especially changing my environment, changing my workspace. It seems to work. Any type of action at all, apart from heading towards a phone or a TV screen or the fridge,
Yeah.
seems to be beneficial. Picking up my laptop and going working at the dining room table,
Yeah.
or going to a cafe, it's or going for a walk or going for a bike ride, doing something, folding up the washing, doing something.
Yeah.
As long as I do something and then do something better, do something, then do something better.
Hmm.
And in the motion, the change of space seems to get me working. And it ties in with some psychological experiments that were done in a factory
Yeah.
back in the 1920s. It was in Illinois, and the factory was called the Hawthorne Works.
Hmm.
And what they did was They wanted to find out what increases the productivity of workers. And so they increased the level of lighting. And lo and behold, productivity increased.
Wow.
Then they reduced the lighting and the productivity increased again. And they would alter various things, and
Yeah.
every time they altered something, productivity went up. They'd even do things like change the light bulbs in front of the workers, but not tell them that they were actually putting in the same light bulb. So the lighting level didn't change at all,
Wow.
and the productivity increased.
Hmm.
And so what they could conclude from this is that people just like it when management are trying to make a fuss about them.
Yeah.
And that real action and things happens from psychological reasons, not necessarily environmental ones. So it's called the Hawthorne effect.
Yeah, and change is a practical alternative to progress, honestly, isn't it? It looks like you're doing
Change
something.
leads to progress.
Well,
Often.
exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry for my cynicism in that regard. And honestly, I
No, you
love
keep the citizen going. We need
I
it.
love your technique, actually, because I wouldn't fold any washing if I didn't have other things that I should be doing that I end up going, well, look, I don't want to do that now. I'll fold the washing instead. It can be a good diversionary tactic.
Well, yes, Naomi always knows I must have some important deadline if I've cleaned up my desktop or something
Yeah.
because I've done this. But actually, I don't see it necessarily as being a distraction, as just getting myself unstalled. It's a squirt of CRC in my gears
Yeah.
that gets me moving. The trick is do something, then do something better. Do the right thing. Like going to work in a cafe, going to work at the dining room table. They're not as suitable for work as my office. My office is much better for doing the actual work in, but it gets me moving. It gets me, it's just that change. And you can apply this to other things as well. You know, if a friendship or a relationship stalls,
Yeah.
and you don't know what to do, well, just do something. It might be just sending them a text or a card, something friendly, a little gesture. And is your career stuck? And you're stuck in the same job and nobody seems to notice what you do. Well, do something.
Yeah.
It might be volunteer to be the fire warden or offer to mentor a new person starting at work or something, rather than just packing up everything into a cardboard carton and walking out.
Yeah.
Just do something. And who knows, it might not change anything around you, but it'll change you.
Yeah.
It'll change the idea that I can make headway. I'm not stuck. I can make a change. If your relationship stalled with your kids and you don't know what to do, you think, I could, and nothing seems to, you don't know what to do. Well, just do something.
Yeah.
It might be take them a hot drink. It might be greet them in a different way. It might be just giving them a spontaneous gift. And not piling on top with lots and lots of sermons and lectures and things, but just a nice little spontaneous thing. And as I say, it may or may not change them, but it's changing you. It's getting you moving. And so do something, do anything. And once you're moving, do something better. Motion is lotion.
That is super good. Some relational and vocational CRC for our Tuesday morning. John, thank you so much for your thoughts and comments and for joining us today.
Cheers.
Hey, thanks very much for joining us in the Rhema studio. Thanks very much for watching the interview. It's kind of nice to have an audience, actually. And if you did like what you watched, then do give us a like, do give us the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more interviews like that one, or perhaps even better, subscribe and those interviews will come straight to you. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.